Oh boy, this is the kind of juicy, meaty, succulent, charred on the outside and beautifully tasty on the inside trade rumor that I absolutely love to dig into. Just chow down on every piece of meat down to the bone and get a whiff of that marrow as all the flavor gets released with every single bite. Today, we are diving into the Edmonton Oilers and what it was that Jeff Marek said on Schaefer and Price yesterday as to whom it is they could go out there and potentially trade for. Now, I will say, I'm recording this audio on the night of October 10th. If this guy ends up signing a contract extension with his team, then okay, this entire video topic is down the drain and it's not really worth talking about anymore. But I have a feeling he'll probably remain unsigned into the next little while, so I'm comfortable making this video and pre-uploading it as usual. This is what Jeff Marek said about the Edmonton Oilers and the Buffalo Sabres on yesterday's Schaefer and Price episode. I think we're at the point now with the Buffalo Sabres. American Thanksgiving rolls around. How many players are going to be asking out? Alex Tuch hasn't signed. There's a lot to talk about Tuch around the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Alex Tuch is a total golden boy for the Buffalo Sabres, and I think if there was anybody whose presence on the team is the most appreciated, it is Alex Tuch, who is from Syracuse, New York, who has bled blue and gold ever since getting acquired by Buffalo in the Jack Eichel trade, and who just represents everything that Buffalo Sabres fans want out of their guys. I know Tuch isn't the captain in Buffalo, that's Rasmus Dahlin, and that's a very rightful pick. I mean, Dahlin's good enough and poised enough to be the captain, but if Alex Tuch was named captain instead, I don't think anybody would necessarily complain about that. He's definitely good enough to fit the bill. But speaking about the Bills, heading over to Buffalo, this is where we start to debate whether or not a change could be on the horizon. Because Alex Tuch isn't signed beyond this year. He's making $4.75 million against the Sabres cap till the end of this season. 29 years old, and he's a guy who has been fairly productive the past little while. 67 points in 82 games last year, 59 points in 75 the year before that, 79 points in 74 games in 22-23, so the year that everybody popped off in Buffalo, Tuch did as well, over a point per game. He's making $4.75 mil. Like, this guy needs a pay raise. Never mind the fact that cap dollar amounts are going up in general for everybody. Unless your name is Connor McDavid, everybody seems to be getting more money than we thought was possible. But with Kyle Connor getting $12 million, with Kirill Kaprizov getting $17 million, it puts Alex Tuch in a really interesting spot where if he were to demand something in the $10+ million range, it wouldn't really be unreasonable with these prices. That just seems to be the natural way that things seem to be progressing nowadays. But the problem is, if Tuch is deciding to himself that, hey, the Buffalo Sabres, sure, y'all can give me money, but this team isn't really all that great, period. If that thought starts creeping into the back of his mind, could there be some sort of an inclination that he decides to go elsewhere? As Jeff Marek says, if he remains unsigned, could he be asking out? And the fact that Marek specifically labels out the Edmonton Oilers as a destination is so bizarre to me. Let's go out there and read some of the replies here. What can the Oilers give up for Tuch in a trade? No real good prospects unless you package Howard, and they have a first, but that with another pick won't do it. This makes sense when he is a UFA, but not a trade. And Tuch is a UFA after this season. He's got modified no-trade protection, 5-team no-trade list, but that just means that there are 26 teams in the NHL that he could get traded to against his will. I'd probably wager a bet that the best team in the NHL the past 2 seasons in the West, in Edmonton, is probably not on that no-trade list. It's only 5 teams long anyway. And also, the idea of Alex Tuch playing with the Oilers, his speed getting matched up with Connor McDavid, there's something so peaceful about that thought. Time after time, we've gotten this idea that just because you're fast, it means you can play with McDavid. But unfortunately, many wingers throughout the Oilers' prosperity the past few years have proven that that's not really the case. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you automatically are able to mesh with this guy. And sometimes, even if you're a little slower, you can still find ways to get things done with McDavid on your line. Like, Kasperi Kapanen's literally on the Oilers right now, and he's a fourth-line guy with that team. Sure, the theory is, oh, he's so fast, he can keep up with McDavid, they could create offense together, but it doesn't really work like that. Alex Tuch, though, would be one of the better players to be acquired by Edmonton should a trade to the Oilers go down. And I do question, you talk about speed, you talk about McDavid. Tuch is one of the only guys, I feel, that would be able to make it work permanently with Connor, if you wanted to go down that path. Andrew Mangiapane's another guy. He's really quick, he's speedy, and he scored a really nice goal opening night against the Calgary Flames. We'll see whether or not he's able to replicate that later today against the Vancouver Canucks, but I digress. Alex Tuch, if you get salary retained on $4.75 million and you get him on as a rental, this guy could be the trade of the season if Edmonton is able to pull it off and he's willing to stay on a top-line role with the team. Connor McDavid getting Alex Tuch, Zach Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and whomever else in their top six. That's all you need, really, to win a Stanley Cup as long as Stuart Skinner doesn't totally crap the bed. Get out of here, Ike Howard. You haven't shown off all you need to show off yet to be that guy. But, of course, I do kind of feel bad as well, because let's say it's Tuch over to Edmonton for Ike Howard and picks and whatever. It literally is the same song and dance for the Buffalo Sabres in the worst way possible. It's like, yeah, y'all were so bad that you got the second overall pick in 2014. Okay, great, you got Sam Reinhart. Fantastic. Then you got the second overall pick in 2015, and you got Jack Eichel. Okay, fantastic. That's gonna surely speed up your rebuild, right? Next few years, things go a little bit off the rails. Alex Nylander, not great. 2017, you get yourselves Casey Mittelstadt, not great. 2018, Rasmus Dahlin, so pretty good there. Then you get some more draft picks, JJ Peterka comes, Owen Power comes, but some of these guys end up leaving. And now it's 2025, and the same song and dance is being repeated again. Oh, trade away these older guys. You're not going to be able to re-sign Tuch, so send him off for draft picks and prospects, and send him to an area where he could potentially win the darn thing with Connor McDavid. Ay, it is continuous misery for Buffalo Sabres fans, and I feel kind of bad, honestly. But still, this is a narrative that we might need to dive into over the next little while, depending on how the Buffalo Sabres affairs continue this season. If Tuch decides not to stick around, and if a trade starts to become a lot more evident, is Edmonton a top destination in your opinion? You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, let me know your thoughts as to what it is this guy could cost for the Edmonton Oilers if he does get traded over there. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to hit the like button. If you didn't, hey, the dislike button's down there for you as well. Comments help out with the algorithm, so I'd really appreciate it if you got involved there. For now, though, let me know your thoughts in the comments about this entire Alex Tuch conundrum in Buffalo. Thoughts in the comments as to whether or not the Oilers are actually an appropriate destination. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.